Abarigani. Moja, right. So welcome to the Dayton Africana Elders Council's Kawanzaa Umoja program. Can I have permission from the elders? Who's the oldest here? Who do you think is the oldest here? Baba Bing. Do we have permission? Asante Sana. So with that, Baba Bing will do libation.
We welcome on this first day of Kawanzaa, and we start by asking the ancestors, those that brought us back, to join us at this time, and we say, Ashe.
Ashe.
We give thanks to those elders who fought the great fight as they boarded the ships to the New World, and we say, Ashe.
Ashe.
And we thank them for all they packed for the long journey of intelligence, creativity, ingenuity, and steadfastness, and we say, Ashe.
Ashe.
And we want to give special thanks to those ancestors who did not make it to land, whose bones lay at the bottom of the oceans even today, and we say, Ashe. And those that made it to the shore with the shackles and the whips and the hard times from sun up to sundown, and we say, Ashe. We thank them for their ever-growing struggle for freedom, and we say, Ashe. We know what they brought was enough to suffice, gave them the strength to seek peace, freedom, and family, and we say, Ashe. We give thanks to the many ancestors who survived slavery, Jim Crow, and brought us into the good times, and we say, Ashe. We give thanks to those who migrated north, south, east, and west, and those that landed in the Midwest that we call Dayton, Ohio, the Mountain Valley area, and we say, Ashe. And we give thanks to the many ancestors who paved the way for us. The C.J. McGlynn, W.S. McIntosh, the Jen V, and we say Ashe. And the men and women who joined in the struggle and the fight and gave us enough strength to always endure, and we say Ashe. And let us give special thanks to the children, our hope for tomorrow, and we say Ashe. And as you recall those ancestors of yours that brought you here and made it possible for you to be a part of this occasion today, as we call their names, and we say Ashe. 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 And may our celebration of Kawanzaa give us the strength for today and tomorrow and forever. And we say Ashe. Ashe. Ashe.
My name is Kwaku Larry Crow. I am co-convener of the Dayton Africana Elders Council, along with Mama Nozipo, who I don't see here. She's right there. There she, oh, come up. You're supposed to be up here. So, she will provide your official welcome.
Habari gani? Habari gani? Habari gani? What does umojas mean? Anybody? Well, we didn't really sound very united. Habari gani? That's much better. Greetings, family. Greetings, village. Greetings, community. Today is the first day of Kawanzaa. As we all know, and it will be explained to us later, we are going to celebrate 7 days of Kawanzaa. So this is the first day, and every day we will be here, but on the last day we'll be at Princeton Park. But it is a great honor to have you come out of your busy schedules. Some of you had to go to work today, and we really appreciate it that you took the time to come and celebrate. Kawanzaa is very important to a people of African descent because we're not only celebrating, we are also learning, we are also teaching one another, we are also encouraging one another, we are also growing with one another, and we aim to pass it down to those who come after us. Welcome.
So we start these public gatherings out, especially in a celebration of Umoja, by doing the Negro National Anthem, or Lift Every Voice. It's been called the Black National Anthem. Many of you remember Kim Weston doing the Black National Anthem on Black radio back during the 70s. She would do it on WDAO. They had a recording of her. Is there anyone here that can sing? That can really sing? Baba Eric was supposed to, Goldsmith was supposed to lead this. He's not here, and so I may have to lead this. It's horrible. You don't want that, really, but there's a better singer.
Do your best.
Not hard.
You got it.
So everybody should stand up. We stand up for our anthem. This anthem dates back to 1899, written by James Weldon Johnson, put to music by his brother Rosamond Johnson, for the visit of Booker T. Washington to their school in Jacksonville. So we're being joined by Reggie Harmon on the saxophone and Cynthia on the piano here. So
Till earth and heaven.
agenda is the meaning of Kawanzaa. We're going to bring up Mama Olabisi Olakalade Crow, and she's going to explain the symbols of Kawanzaa, the meaning of Kawanzaa, and what this special day is all about. I think we have to move this one. She's placing the candles in the Kanara. And as you notice, the black candle goes in the middle. It stands for unity, Umoja, which is today. And that's one we'll light today. And she'll explain it. And the candles are red, black, and green, which are the colors that were given to us by the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey back in 1920 at the Convention of the Negro Peoples of the World in Madison Square Garden. Black people were there from all over the world, and he chose those colors for us.
Abarigani. 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 All right. Akwaba, which is welcome to the Umoja Kwanzaa. The Umoja Kwanzaa has such a deep meaning because it's unity. And a lot of times, because the principles are in Swahili, and they're that way for the purpose of using a pan-African language. These same principles exist in the Yoruba language, and Twi, Tree, and many languages. But we particularly use Swahili because so many different countries across the continent know or use Swahili. And we want to emphasize unity. So a language was picked that the largest number of people would understand. Sometimes we try to simplify and we, say that Kwanzaa is, a first fruit celebration, or Umoja is unity, but it's a little bit deeper than that. From its origin, unity Kawanzaa meant to strive for, to maintain unity in the family, the community, the nation, and the race. Right away, it's telling you that we're not supposed to be people just walking around thinking about nothing but ourselves. That we are born into a circle. We are born into a family, and we must strive for and maintain unity in the family. Now, if all of you all would be honest, you know that that's not all the time an easy job. Just to maintain unity and build unity in your own family that we were born into is not always an easy job. But it's something that the Nguzo Saba, the Umoja principle of the Nguzo Saba, asks us to do. Unity in the community is another big job. It's another big job. It's not light work. We can claim no easy victories when we're working in our community, trying to maintain unity. Sometimes we have to fight against our own selves. We do. You know how sometimes this one gets on your nerves? You have to squash that. It's you, but you got to squash it because this unity is bigger than us. It's bigger than whoever it was that got on your nerves, and it's bigger than your nerves. It's about building so that we can thrive, so we can survive, so that the youth coming behind us can properly develop. The nation. In the 60s, we used to say, what time is it?
Nation time.
What time is it?
Nation time.
What time is it?
Nation time.
So what we're basically saying is we have to go beyond the club. We have to go beyond the association. We have to go beyond the bilateral commission. We have to go all the way to the nation. That means sovereignty. Sovereignty that was taken from us must be restored. We must be responsible for our own selves in our own nation. That's a message of Kawanzaa. Nation building. Building and maintaining the nation. Now we have the race. Okay? It asks us to look at where we are in this world right now as an African people. Because some of us are on the continent being colonized. Some of us are here in the diaspora being oppressed. Some of us are in the Caribbean islands, South and Central America. It doesn't really matter. We got to understand, we got to break down that concept of race because at the end of the day, it is a social construct. You know, some people decided there's going to be a white and there's going to be a black. And black is a race and white is a race. Somebody decided that. But in the original time of this earth, there was a people, a black people, centered on the continent of Africa. And from those people moved to different places on the planet. Some of them skin got lighter. Some of them's hair, their skin got dark, stayed dark, but their hair straightened. A lot of things have happened as we human beings have moved around the planet. So the race is the human race originating with the African people. Sometimes that's hard to deal with because we just, you know, we've gone through so much oppression. We've gone through so much of every form of degradation that a people can go through. And so we have certain feelings and invested in the races. But as we move forward, we just have to become bigger. We have to make our understanding bigger. Our understanding of our origins, our understanding of the world has to be bigger. And that's why there's a Kwanzaa every year. Because every year we're supposed to check and see, now, have we gotten bigger? Are our organization stronger? Do we have more people involved? Do we have our young people involved? Do we have our elders involved? Do we have our parents and families and everybody? Intergenerational wealth, strength, and development? Is that what's going on? That's what we have to ask ourselves every year. That's why we have a Kwanzaa. And it's why we have an Umoja Kwanzaa. And you notice that the first candle, the unity candle, what color is it?
Black.
Indicating that black unity is a highlight. That black unity is part of our healing. That black unity is part of our restoration. That black unity is very important on this first day of Kwanzaa. So I don't want to, give a long speech. And I want to talk about the symbols of Kwanzaa. There are 7 basic symbols of Kwanzaa, and there are 2 supplemental. But the supplemental are really just as important as the basic ones. The first symbol of Kwanzaa is the mkeka. It's a straw mat that's on the table. It represents foundation. It's got 4 corners. It holds all the other symbols. You put them on top of the mkeka. So it does represent our foundation and what we build on our foundation. Kwanzaa is a first fruits celebration. Its roots are in Africa, and we in the diaspora are the branch from that root. We celebrate ingathering. So ingathering can be applied to your crops in the field, but it can also be applied to the children that you produce. It can apply to the accomplishments that you've achieved. If you graduated this year, any types of accomplishments that you can be proud of that move us forward, that's celebrated and represented by this symbol. The symbol is called mazao in Swahili, the first fruits. We have the babunzi in front, and that represents the watoto. The watoto are the youth of our community. The watoto, if you have your Kwanzaa celebration at home, you're supposed to have 1 ear of corn for every child in your household. That's an important symbol of Kwanzaa. Then we have the Kinara. The Kinara is the foundation of the Nguzo Saba because it holds the Mshuma Saba, which are the 7 candles. The 7 candles actually represent the 7 principles of the Nguzo Saba, which is an African value system. There are many African value systems. This is the one that's celebrated during Kwanzaa. Here we have the Kikombe Cha Umoja, which is the unity cup. The unity cup is representing unity because each member of the family drinks from the unity cup. Over here we have the Zawadi, and these are the gifts that we give to the Watoto. It's a symbol that they have accomplished things during the year and that we are giving them things so that they can accomplish more in the coming year. So books are highlighted, handmade objects are highlighted, musical instruments, anything that promotes a skill is highlighted in the zawadi that are given during Kwanzaa. The two supplemental symbols are the bendera, which is the liberation flag, and the bendera is inside of a glass that has all of the Nguzo Saba. So having the Nguzo Saba on your Kwanzaa table is considered very important. If you look at the official Kwanzaa site online, the one that was established by Maulana Karinga and the US organization, it says that these are called supplemental symbols, but they should be on every Kwanzaa table. So I don't know why that means they're supplemental, but okay. But anyway, right. So, okay, we're going to do one more thing before we light the candle, and I'm not going to do it. We have to have a youth come up here. Can I, excuse me, no, don't look the other way, look this way. Yeah. You, okay, not right now, but I'm going to call you to light the candle. It's, all right. Okay, many of you know that I had a shule in Florida, and the shule is the Swahili word for school. And in our school, we did a lot of cultural activities, and one of the things we did was write Kwanzaa songs. So we're going to sing the Nguzo Saba song tonight. Let me ask you a question first. Do you believe that the world needs changing? Raise your hand if you believe that. Okay. Raise your hand if you believe we can change it. All right, okay. So, since you know the world needs changing and you believe that we can change it, that means you can sing this song. It's the Nguzo Saba song. And the part that you'll be singing is Nguzo Saba. And I need the men, not the women, to say that, to sing that. Nguzo Saba. A little bit stronger.
Nguzo Saba.
Yes, Nguzo Saba. And I need the sisters to say, the African value system. Sisters? The African value system. Let's try that again. The African value system. And everybody sings, we can change our world. We can change our world. Okay, so Nguzo Saba, the African value system. Nguzo Saba, the African value system. Nguzo Saba, the African value system. We can change our world. Okay, we ready? Okay, brothers, you're leading us off. 1, 2, 3. The African value system. The African value system. The African value system. We can change our world. When we cooperate in our communities, that's Umoja. It means unity. When we do for ourselves, family and nation, that's Kuji Chagulia. Self-determination, Ujimas when together we make our whole world better than it ever was before. The African value system. The African value system. The African value system.
We can change the world.
When we share what we have with our brothers and our sisters, that's Ujamaa, or shared economy. When we're aware of the meaning and focus of our lives, that's Nia, a purpose or a cause. When we use our natural genius to make what we need, that's Kuumba, or creativity. The African value system. The African value system. The African value system.
We can change the world.
When we believe with our minds, our bodies, and our spirits, that's Iman, the faith to believe. When we believe in our leaders and the victory of our people, that's Iman, the faith to believe. When we believe in the good and the spirit that's in us, that's Iman, the faith to believe. The African value system. The African value system. The African value system. We can change our world. You brothers and sisters are amazing. Okay, brother, we're ready for you now. Tell us your name and how old you are.
My name is Sherrod Grimes Jr., 22 years old.
Thank you. Okay. It's so funky. Wait, yeah, the reason is, I don't know why they made it like this, but you have to push this at the same time that you push that. It's just crazy. Yeah. He got it. Thank you.
Sante Sana, Mama Wabisi.
See, sir.
I don't know if Mama Luzipa's going to join me here, but we're here to celebrate today the 10th anniversary of the Dayton Africana Elders Council. And would you like to talk about that?
May I have permission from the elders to proceed? Asante. That's one of the ways we Africans deal with one another. We deal with one another with respect. Even when you are older, if there's a person who is only one day older than you, you have to ask permission from them. Because you know what? They were there yesterday and you were not there yet. So they can show you something that you didn't see yesterday. That's why we always ask permission from our elders to proceed. Now, as we know, everybody loves to feel good. Some people are very smart. Some people are very rich. Some people have got degrees. Some people are very strong. People have all kinds of attributes and all kinds of talents. But, believe me, you didn't get none of it by yourself. It doesn't matter. If you were billionaire, trillionaire, zillionaire, you did not get it by yourself. This is the African worldview. The African worldview teaches us that we have to learn from one another, young and old. That is why we have an elders council. There was a lady by the name of Miss Mary Martha Shackelford who understood that very, very well. And you know what she did? She taught her son, Abiodun, Marlon Shackelford, to do exactly what I said. He was young, he was strong, he was witty, he could say things and run his mouth, and Malaminate, you couldn't even understand what he's saying. He was a motivator and all that. He had plenty. But from his mother's teachings, he didn't get all that by himself. So whenever you saw Marlon, he was always around some elder. Elders like Margaret Peters, elders at the bookstore, African bookstore down on Miracle Lane. He was always around elders because he understood that as young as he was and as talented as he was, he didn't get there by himself. And he continued that legacy from his mother to the point that he had an idea that as much as he is all that, he needs elders to be with him, to make him even better than just all that. And that's where he came up with the concept of gathering elders and forming an elders council, where he went to speak to his friend who agreed with him, Amaha Olutelayo, and they both proceeded and spoke to other elders, and the elders council was born. So I'm very, very proud to be a part of this elders council, because other elders councils is just old people decided, oh, we're going to get this together. But this one came from the youth. It came from the need that the youth had, from the understanding that the youth had that they are not just authentic by themselves. We have to understand, there are two worldviews, and the African worldview is the African worldview of Ubuntu, which means we have to do everything together because we are accountable to one another at all times. Are you ready? I will go. So this is how the Elders Council 10 years ago proceeded. One of the things that we are very cognizant of is the fact that we have to keep on growing. That's why we have warriors and we have nation builders, because we know we're going to move on. In fact, if you don't believe me, we started only 10 years ago, and yet we already have 7 of our members who are ancestors already. So it is important for us to keep on teaching to the next one, so the next one teaches the next one, and the next one teaches the next one. That, in summary, is what the Dayton Africana Elders Council is about.
We've got what you're looking at now are the inaugural members of the Dayton Elders Council on the screen. And their names are in the program too. And that's back in 2013. And what she said was very important, because our Elders Council, unlike any other formation in the country that I know of, is formed from people that weren't in the same organization to begin with. You know, if you go to Columbus, Tawi's got an Africana village, and their elders are all people who are members of Tawi Africana village. But this Elders Council was pulled together in a different way, and I'm going to let, we were able last week to shoot some video of Brother Shaq and Brother Maha talking about how they did this and what the purpose was when they pulled this together back in 2013. So bear with us a second. I got a sound issue. I can see if I can solve it.
How did we start the Elders Council? Well, one of the things happened for me when I became the president of Dayton African American Culture Festival. I really didn't know what to do. I was asked to be the president. I was a little bit concerned. So I went to Ancestor now, Miss Payton, and asked her, okay, what do I do? What do I need to do? I don't mind doing it, but I needed information. And I used to hear Margaret Peters always tell me that the elders were walking libraries, and when the elder dies, the library burns. So I felt the need. We need the elders. We need the elders to be the guiding post. And so one of the things that I did, the first person I called was Mr. Maha right here and said, look, we need the Elders Council. If we're going to even strengthen the Dayton African American Culture Festival, we need the Elders Council to be a part of it and help us to make the difference and make this thing effective.
Yeah. And it was interesting because probably a couple years before, I had been in Columbus and became a member of the Tawi Village, which is where I learned about the concept of a African village. And so when Shaq came to me, it just made sense because I was like, man, I've lived and seen what this could do, you know what I mean? And so yeah, we need to have it in our community, you know what I mean? And so at that time, I used to always just sit at the feet of Dr. Twain. We would go and we would go sit in his office for hours while he's trying to do work. So we went and visited him and kind of just laid out the concept, you know what I mean? And he was all for it and excited for it, you know what I mean? And Shaq had more relationship with a lot more elders than I did, you know what I mean? So Shaq kind of went out to gather elders for our initial meeting. And I remember us thinking that, if we're going to build something comprehensive enough, right?
How did we start the Elders Council? Well, one of the things happened for me when I became the president of Dayton African American.
I'm sorry, that's where it should be.
So after we so we decided we're gonna have our first meeting, and our initial vision was what can we make that's comprehensive enough that can encapsulate all of West Dayton, you know what I mean? And so we were like, okay, we need one of the issues that we had in our community was that different elders kind of had different camps and different pillars, but then for whatever reason the elders weren't fully getting along, so then their camps weren't getting along. So we were like, okay, how do we build a concept where we have, from this elder council we can touch anybody in this city and anybody in West Dayton, you know what I mean? So we wanted this broad-based elders council, you know what I mean? And we had our first meeting over at Baba Bing's studio.
And lastly, I need to say, we keep hearing about this authentic self, and that concerned us. Everybody was saying authentic self. We felt that there's an African self. And so with this African self, we needed to know our culture. We needed to know who we are, how we went about. Not just, oh, it's me, it's me, it's me. No. It's we, it's we, it's we. And Ubuntu, one of your favorite words, I am because we are. Since I am, therefore we are. We needed to Ubuntu perspective, and the African self was the only way to get it.
Right. And, it was interesting, because I remember at our first meeting, I want to say it was Elder Greer that Mama Greer, that transitioned us to being an Africana village, right? Of how we needed to honor all of the diaspora and build a Pan-African centered approach, you know what I mean? That we can continue to heal our wounds and come forward in our best means possible, you know what I mean? Because when Africa comes together, the whole world will come together, and that's our divine destiny, right? And so we know that that there's something in the remembering of who we are as African people that will release the gifts and talents that we haven't even begun to see emerge yet, you know? When we're talking about future, you know, like we've been sitting here today having an amazing, rich dialogue, you know, and I think it's like, you know, how do we put the pieces together, and how do we realize the rich history that we're standing on, you know what I mean, before the village was even formed, you know what I mean, like there was a culture that was cultivated that enabled all these things to transpire, right? And so how do we, you know, reconnect with our past, you know, consciously, you know what I mean, while also projecting forward of like, what is this village that we want to be amongst each other, you know what I mean? Like how are we learning from our elders? How are we building institutions that will outlast all of us inside of our community, you know what I mean? Like, how we build something that like 50 years from now, they're gonna look back and be like, oh, this is that mark, you know what I mean? Like this decade, 2 decades is what initiated this whole transition in our community.
Yeah, we are the village.
Yeah, we are the village.
And that's what this was about, the village. I heard somebody say, I don't know, they said the village was on fire, right? And we needed firemen and firewomen, so we thought the elders are the firemen and firewomen to put the fire out, because it wasn't just about, it takes a village, it takes a whole village, to save our community. And the village is the ancestor, and this village is the elders. It is the nation builders, the warriors, the pre-warriors, Mama Z always talk about. In the Watoto, we need everybody to be a part of this village because it's on fire. And we need to put the village, put the fire out in order to expand the village. And that was, I thought that was real important. And that's why culture and our history is imperative.
Yeah, and I think, like, you know, knowing that culture is our power, and that we actually have the power. Like, we don't gotta wait for others, you know what I mean? Like our level of cooperation is based upon our own decisions to work together. And there's so many amazing things happening in our community. So how do we develop this narrative where we see all these pieces as working together towards emerging this thing that we want to thrive in and build in?
One more segment.
Part of our initial team that came together to kind of like support the elders in the process of building the village, because we knew that we needed to center it around the elders and the babies of Watoto, you know what I mean? So we started with building, helping the elders emerge first. And so we had Sister Stephanie and Sister Tawana, you know what I mean, who was like helping us, like we were all working together of like how do we birth this and birth the first you know, rite of passage ceremony and everything to help build this village.
Okay. So what do? Well, we sponsor programs annually, like Kawanzaa. One year we did the Karamu Yaimani, but Al Kubalan is back this year with the Karamu, which is on the last day of Kwanzaa. So we've been doing Kwanzaa since 2015. And we do an annual Ancestors Day. We help with the Dayton African American Cultural Festival. We inform, we've opened African Liberation Day and Juneteenth and a lot of other programs and activities in the community. We're called upon for advice and support. Here's a slide here just showing some of the things that, you know, here's a panel discussion with Jesse Gooding and Amaha, myself, and Shaq and others. Here's the Dayton Skyscrapers meeting over at Ebony Gallery. Here's Kawanzaa here in the church last year. Mama Olabisi at Omega Baptist Church naming several babies. But we do a lot of things. I mean, we don't do everything. You know, if somebody wants to know why we haven't built a bridge or a hospital or filed a lawsuit, or, you know, we just don't do everything. But we do some things, and we try to do them well as an elders council and provide some guidance and a way that we can tap into our heritage and our history and look towards a brighter future. Here's we're going to close with two statements from Dayton Africana Elders Council members. The first one is from C.C. Rosalie Bradley.
I've been asked to expound upon what it means to me to be an Africana elder and being a part of the village. And I'd like to go back and talk about the way it used to be. Back in the 30s, the 40s, and the 50s, where black people felt like we didn't have a knee on our neck, it was a boot. But we were a proud people, and we held our heads high, and we didn't apologize for nothing. But in today's environment, it seems as though we have lost our pride. Back in the day, everybody that was blind, crippled, and crazy had a mate. And the goal was to be a family and to take care of our family and to raise our children to be somebody. But now it seems as though people are not getting married. Our families are in disarray. Children are being neglected. They're not being raised, they're not being nurtured. So being a part of the Africana village, to me, is an opportunity to not only live as a community, but more importantly, to live as a family. And the principles that the village is based on is the Nguvu Saba. And so what I would like to see in our community, and first I'll say that sometimes when I ride around in my community, I just see a community that's not being cared for, it's not being taken care of. We have abandoned houses, we have unkept properties, there's debris and trash everywhere. And it's almost like when you cross the bridge, the sun is shining better on the other side of the bridge than it is in our community. So we need to band together and improve our condition in every way. And if we embrace the Nguvu Saba like we say we do, then and if we practice it in our daily lives, if we take each principle and assign it a day, and that day, let's say if we're going to talk about creativity, that day concentrate on creativity. And the day that we talk about leaving our communities better than what we found it, then that day work on cleaning our community. Rock your block wherever you live. And that means make sure your block is nice. Our environment affects our moods and our attitudes. And when we live in a bright, clean environment, we can hold our head a little higher. And we can pass that on to our children. It's important to be able to live in a safe, clean environment. And I could go on, but if we just live the Nguvu Saba every day, practice that every day, I think our communities and our families will flourish.
And C.C. Rosalie Bradley, like all the members of the Dayton Africana Elders Council, are volunteers at a high level. She works with a number of organizations and at her church and with AMK to do Kwanzaa. They've been doing Kwanzaa for almost 50 years at Northwest Recreation Center. I'm a part of that group. William Gillespie's here and Linda Gillespie, others. But we have a lot of civic force in the Elders Council and in this room. Finally, our final statement is from Bishop Clarence Norton, who runs something called Keep It Simple Sir Television on DATV. And some of you have been on this show, some of you are waiting to get on the show, but he covers a lot of important activities in the community as a Here's Bishop Norton.
Bishop Clarence Norton here, and a member of the Dayton Elders Africanus Council. We were brought in by Mama Floyd, nominated by Mother Floyd. Johnson had done some other business ventures in the area, and we seemed to understand the need for culture in Dayton, and she felt that because of our involvement, that we maybe, as that also, with the council having done communication 38 years of television now, and then done radio for 5 years, and being able to be involved with the community, and father to be involved as we try to help other citizens understand the Africanic culture.
So, well, we're going to close this part of the first part of the program and get ready to eat by recognizing the Council of Elders members and by renewing our community our commitment to the community before you all. So, with all the Dayton Africana Elders Council members come forward. And there are more members that are here. We have more members that are actually here today. Some are out of town. Some cannot make it because of health reasons. But because we are an Elders Council. So,
That means we own.
We're going to have Papa Bing Davis lead us as we read this statement together. Does everybody have a copy? Okay, all right. All right, go ahead.
As a member of the Dayton Africana Elders Council,
As a member of the Dayton
Africana Elders Council,
I'm making a vow of rededication before our community to the 7 principles of the Ngubu Saba and to the mission of the Dayton Africana Elders Council.
I am making a vow of rededication
For our community to the 7 principles of the Ngubu Saba and to the mission of the Dayton Africana Elders Council.
Sante, I love it. I love it.
Give thanks, Habaragani. 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 Give thanks for the elders for all your service and for rededicating yourself to the community. We have something we want to give you. So I'm thinking I'm going to have Kyra read it off and then I'm going to give it to you. So if you want to bring it up here.
Mama Obisi? Oh, Obisi, sorry.
Ola Kola de Pro. Right, that's fine. Thank you. That's fine, that's fine.
Baba Clayton Larry Crow. Mama Amope. Mama Audrey Davis. Baba Willis Bean Davis. Toowoomba David Greer, sorry. Mama Bondi Jackson Thompson. Baba Floyd B. Johnson. B.B. Gale. Bishop Clarence Morton.
Thank you, sir.
Baba Marlon Shackford.
I'm getting ready to sing. I'm singing. Oh, my fault.
Go ahead.
I wasn't supposed to say that was. I ain't supposed to sing.
Donna Antoinette McGee Wright. Mama Nazipo.
Okay, so we wanted to ask all the elders if you could put on your gift so we could take a quick
Man, it ain't Vaseline.
Uh-oh, watch it. That can be taken a lot of different ways.
Well, take it as you take it.
Okay, so the stars are the colors of the logo for the Dayton County Elder Council.
Thank you.
Smack you this.
Thank you.
Yeah, everybody can have a seat now.
Thank you.
You can tell, now this is Dayton African Elders Council. So, and there's a lot of talent in this group. Some of the people I've never met, I didn't know what they could do when they got involved. But they do a lot of things. We have a talented community, a strong community. Dayton is a magical place, as you know. And we are getting ready to eat food and listen to some music for the next 45 or 50 minutes. Can everybody stand and face this way, please? Face this way. We are going to do something that's called a sifa. And it's part of Kawanzaa. It's part of the prescription of Dr. Maulana Karenga when he created Kawanzaa. A sifa is what we do to, I guess to paraphrase, to bless the food. All right? But during Kawanzaa, we might, all of our people have different kinds of religions. You know, we have Muslims, Christians, we have Buddhists, we have people who have no religion whatsoever. But Kawanzaa cuts through all that because we get together as a people, no matter what our religion is or what our philosophy is, as long as our philosophy is that we should stick together to better survive. So if you could put your palms up, we're facing east because that's where Africa is, the land of our forefathers, and foremothers especially. So repeat after me. Sifa Zote Zina.
Sifa Zote Zina.
Mababu Waki Africa.
Mababu Waki Africa.
All praises are due.
All praises are due.
African ancestors.
African ancestors.
Sifa Zote Zina.
Sifa Zote Zina.
Watu Waki Africa.
Watu Waki Africa.
All praises are due to African people.
All praises are due to African people.
Sifa Zote Zaende.
Sifa Zote Zaende.
Maisha Kwaki Africa.
Maisha Kwaki Africa.
All praises are due to African life.
All praises are due to African life.
It is our relationship to each other that is sacred.
It is our relationship to each other that is sacred.
You weren't supposed to repeat after me, but that's what it's about. It's who we are to each other. And that's what unity is about. That's what Umoja is about. That's what the council's about. That's what black people in the community should be about. We should be about strengthening that relationship we have to each other. Because we are going to be black wherever we go in this country. That's not going to change. It's how we react to it, how we relate to each other. And that doesn't mean we have to trash other people or denigrate other people. It means that we're the bottom line in terms of helping, encouraging each other. So with that being said, I don't know how we plan to do the meal, but I think it's a buffet style. I guess you just get in line. But I think the elders should go first. Usually in African culture, that's the way it is. But, you know, there's no police here. So, and remember, as Baba Hodari Bomani used to say, this is not the Last Supper.
Do another one. Do another one.
Mom.
Abarigani.
Moja.
Abarigani.
Moja.
Abarigani.
Moja.
So talking about Umoja, which is unity, music is a unifying concept. It's something that's a part of every one of our lives and everything we do. Music that pulse from the heartbeat to the music you hear on the radio. It's all part of that soul, that collaborative agreement of something that spans everything we do. And so tonight, what we want to share with you is an African instrument called Imbira, or Sanza, Kimbe, or Kalimba, that you know of. And this instrument originated in the homeland across different parts of the continent. Mama Nzipo is holding a ubo from Nigeria. The other imbiras are from Tanzania that we're playing on today. So we're going to play a couple songs that we've been practicing, and I want to thank Mama Nzipo and Mama Vania for coming out and learning. Actually, they spent 2 weeks learning this song. So I want you to, everybody, to listen to what we're doing and just enjoy it and enjoy these wonderful musicians. Brother Ogletree and I are going to play a song first, and with Brother Javal. And then we're going to play a tune with all 4 of us, all 5 of us as an ensemble. Oh, it's going to focus. I need this one.
Have a big hand for the children in beer of walk.
How you doing, baby?
Dr. Jabal on drums. Father Lawrence. Baba Ndizipho. Reggie, Baba Reggie. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I will not ask you all to go home, as the Reverend Bubba said. You don't have to go home, but we have to be out of here.
But you got to leave here.
At 8 o'clock. I think the clock on the wall is a little fast. We're just hitting 8. So we'd ask you to put your garbage in the trash can in the back. We're just trying to keep the place tidy. Leave it better than when we found it. So thank you all again for helping us to celebrate Umoja. We'll be back here tomorrow for Kuji Chagalia and a panel discussion on the 50th anniversary of hip-hop. The 50th anniversary of hip-hop. That's tomorrow night at 6 o'clock from 6 to 8. From 6 to 8. We'll be here every night through Saturday. So, thank you once again.